Welcome to the Soulfire Podcast, where healing is raw, truth is sacred, and your story gets to burn and rebuild in the same breath. I'm Power Coach Alishia, pattern breaker, soul mirror, fire starter, and the unapologetic voice of the burn it down and rise anyways revolution. We don't fluff your wounds, we don't filter your truth, and we don't water down healing so that people stay comfortable. You've spent way too damn long proving your worth to people who only love the version of you that stayed small, quiet, and convenient. If you've ever swallowed your truth to keep the peace, shrunk yourself to stay chosen, or disappeared in your life, this season isn't just a reset or another motivational podcast. This is where you reclaim your voice, your fire, and your fucking self. I'll give you the truth that heals, frameworks that hold, and soul codes that will change how you live, lead, love, and rise. Lovey, come forward. It's time for you to embody your wholeness. And I'm not only leading this season, I'm living it right beside you. Let's fucking go. One of the deepest reasons women lose themselves in life and in business is because somewhere along the way, you learned that being loved meant being agreeable and earning and proving and over-efforting and people-pleasing, because being chosen meant being easy, being palatable, being able to be contorted and shrunk, and being successful meant making everyone else feel comfortable first. And that pattern, not only does it shape your relationships, it shapes your entire life, your decisions, your energy, your soul rhythm, your business rhythm. And that's exactly where I want to go today. We're going to be talking about how to release people pleasing and finding your own rhythm. Because people pleasing rarely looks obvious, right? It shows up as saying yes when your body is asking for rest. It shows up as creating offers or making commitments or creating things in your life, doing things in your life because people will love it. It will make people feel better because it sells, right? Not because it feels true to you. And it also reshapes your voice to be more digestible, and it's making it to where it's choosing what gets approval over what feels aligned. Anytime you are looking outside yourself for validation, connection, transformation, growth, momentum, alignment, flow, and calibration inside of yourself, you're fucking wrong. 100%. Now, the challenge with this is living this way, being this way, operating this way. For a while, it will look productive, okay? It'll look like momentum and growth. But the challenge is inside, you feel disconnected from your own rhythm because every single time your choices are actually being made around what's keeping the peace outside of you at the expense and sacrifice of the peace inside of you. So you move further away from that peace that you're chasing in the first fucking place. So when people pleasing becomes your survival or your natural rhythm, actually, let me rephrase. When people become your survival, and that's your natural way of operating day in and day out, your actual soul rhythm and your soul calibration and your soul flow, that all disappears because you stop looking inside yourself and asking the quality question of what feels true for me. And instead, you're asking non-quality questions like, what keeps everyone else happy? Or I don't want to let them down. Oh, I feel so guilty. Oh, what if that makes someone upset? And that changes everything. How you make decisions, how quickly you move, how often you second guess yourself, how often exhaustion replaces your clarity. And then one day, you wake up inside your life, inside of your business, and it all looks fine on paper. But it feels foreign in your body. You don't recognize yourself when you look in the mirror. There is this dissonance, there's this disconnection, and that's the real cost. Everyone wants to talk about burnout and anxiety and depression. The baseline fucking truth here is it's disconnection from yourself. You're missing that connection with yourself. And until you make radical fucking change, until you do something different in the same moments where you would have made the same decision, you make a different decision, you move differently, you show up differently, you respond differently, you honor, value, respect yourself differently, you will have the same result. If you want connection with yourself, then when it comes down to it, you have to fucking choose yourself. The bigger thing here, though, is you don't really know why you're people pleasing. I'm on calls all the time with people that are going, I don't want to people please anymore. I'm so sick of people pleasing. I really want to let that go, but I feel this way and I feel that way. That's because you don't understand yourself, your soul, your blueprint in what fills you up. I get told all the time from a client that I did a Soul Wealth birth chart course for, that now that she has that, she makes so many more empowered decisions and feels strong about them because she knows her soul's design. She knows how she's meant to move. She knows what lights her up, what fills her up, what exhausts her, what to start doing, what to stop doing. And this personalized birth chart, soul and wealth course is what gave her that. Before she listened to that course, before she purchased it, before she got it, before she embodied it, right? She was moving from a place of outside of herself, which was causing her burnout and overwhelm and her blood pressure to fucking skyrocket because she wasn't honoring and valuing and respecting herself, her soul, her rhythm, her calibration, and her motherfucking flow. And this is exactly why I created the personalized birth chart, soul and wealth course, because it shows where these patterns begin and it reveals where the people pleasing got wired into your identity, how it affects your confidence, your choices, your wealth patterns, and how your soul is actually designed to move, to work, to build. Okay, we talk about this in every session, and I'm going to keep talking about it in every session because this one course will change your entire fucking life. It'll change your income. It'll change how you operate with your partner, your parents, your friends, your kids. It will elevate it. And when I say it changes it, it upgrades it. It supercharges it. It up-levels it. It takes you out of the trenches and the muck and the mud, and it turns your life into a motherfucking lotus. It's built into a custom 4-audio session, and it's specifically for you and your chart. Nothing carbon copied, nothing cut and paste. It's literally you and your chart, okay? So audio 1 is all about your soul architecture. Audio 2 is your healing and pattern interruption. Audio 3 is your wealth and purpose blueprint. And audio 4 is your 90-day alignment plan, okay? This is your living blueprint for returning to yourself. And in my opinion, regardless of if I was the one that was doing it or not, this is where your work starts. No excuses. This is where you put your money where your mouth is for you, for your soul, for your transformation, for what you want in your life and in yourself. Yes, I get it. You've probably spent thousands of dollars on courses and programs and coaches and all of the different things, a therapist and pills and Reiki and fucking all these holistic things and body coding. I get it. I've been there. This is why I do this work, because I live and breathe by my birth chart, and people can make fun of me and they can say that it's not it, but I do. Everything starts with your birth chart, and then you layer on all the other modalities. Everything, it has its place. But if you don't understand yourself, you spend your fucking life chasing these things and having someone or something else tell you who you are. And then you spend your time convincing yourself to align to it and believe it. When you have your birth chart, soul and wealth personal course, when you listen to it, you're not convincing yourself. It activates. You go, holy fucking shit, that's me. Holy fucking shit, that's what I do. Holy fucking shit, that's what I need. Oh my God, that makes so much sense. Holy shit, that gives me the permission. I see it. I feel so seen, heard, understood. I feel so validated. And guess what? It's just me showing you how you're already built. Okay? It doesn't take a lot of work and effort to connect to it. It's literally an immediate activation, because your chart shows where these patterns began, how it got wired into your identity, all of these different things. Okay? So click the link in the show notes, choose VIP in the Queendom, get your personalized soul wealth birth chart course, and watch your fucking life change like it never has before. There isn't a course out there that you've purchased, a book that you've read, an event that you've been to, none of it that will activate you the way that this does. And I don't say it because I'm the one that's doing it. I say it because not only have I experienced it, every single person who gets their birth chart soul wealth course done, they join the VIP of the Queendom, they're saying the exact same things, because your rhythm has always been there. And this is the truth that changes everything. It didn't disappear. It got buried under adaptation, performance, obligation, and years of shaping yourself around what felt safe. and what protected you and the people that you trusted, the love that you wanted. You were indoctrinated into showing up like this, okay? And your natural rhythm, it lives in you. It's the pace that your body already prefers, the way your creativity naturally flows, the environments where your energy automatically expands without efforting, the decisions that create relief instead of the pressure that you're always the people pleasing and over efforting in order to avoid, but it still shows up because you're not aligned with yourself. Again, you're looking outside of yourself for that thing, people, circumstance, whatever, to give you what you feel it's going to give you that's going to change that. And it never fucking will. Because when you begin listening again to what your soul is saying, life starts softening. Because your rhythm, your flow, and your calibration is where self-trust comes back online. That's where you breathe. That's where you feel empowered. That's where you feel like I fucking got this. And let me be fucking clear, because I'm not here to sell you a quote unquote pipe dream. Life will always be lifey, lovey. Always. People will always be peoply. I woke up this morning with a plan to meditate, to pull my card for the week, to pull my card for the day, to get in a rhythm, to get ready and flow, to listen to my music, to be moving to my own rhythm. But I said life is lifey, yeah? The truck that was spent all weekend being fixed, not by me, but everybody in my household, spark plugs and this and that, right? I hear the kids started up this morning to go out for our landscaping company. I can hear it running. I'm really good with vehicles. So I hear it running. It's running smooth. I'm like, okay, they're going to be good to go. I hear them load up. I hear them leave. And then they're back within 10 minutes. I'm thinking, okay, did they forget a tool? So I sent a message. I was like, hey, is everything okay? Kid's like, no. Spark plug popped. So I knew immediately that my entire day was going to be readjusted. That meant that I wasn't going to be in my rhythm. I wasn't allowed to, because life became lifey in that moment, and it was demanding something from me that I must give it. We have clients on the line that are expecting us to show up to do a job. I can't just be like, oh, my rhythm takes precedence over stuff people have paid us for and this specific business. This was a business emergency. That meant that I needed to get up. I had to drive, 45 minutes one way to swap vehicles with Daniel, to get that vehicle back out here, to put it on the fucking trailer. I had to drive all the way 25 minutes the wrong direction first to drop half the crew off to start the job. So my drive actually became over an hour to go switch out vehicles. Like, that's what my day started at. And when I came home, I was like, I'm just getting into work. I'm moving now. The morning, my rhythm was already decided from me this morning, and I get to choose on how I flow from here. And that's exactly what I did. I don't feel upset that that's how my morning started. I don't feel discombobulated or disconnected. Why? Because I'm always, rephrase, I'm working on, what is that? Absolute verbalizing and thinking. But okay, let me because I'm working daily to be in my rhythm, flow, and calibration. So when life is lifey and people are peoply, it's okay. I can move in that energy, but it was choice. Nobody told me we needed to go to Salt Lake. Nobody told me that we needed to go drop the crew off and da-da-da-da-da. I made that decision. So I chose my rhythm. It wasn't about people pleasing, and it wasn't someone on the outside end demanding that. I already knew that I couldn't move these guys around. I could not move these clients around. We are fully booked this week, which is a great thing, right? I already knew I wasn't going to be able to do that. So yes, the business decided, the situation decided. So could I have come home from that and still meditated and still pulled my card and still got in rhythm? I could have, but I had already made the decision. I'm straight. I'm good. Let's fucking rock. I'm ready to go. I have things I want to create. I feel motivated. But let me tell you this. If I would have gotten back from doing all of that, and my soul said, hey, we need to slow down. We need to ground. We need to come back into our body. I'm calling you forward before we move anywhere else. Then I would have. But my soul said, let's fucking go. We're good. I said, okay, let's go. Right? So you can still have things that demand your attention. You can choose to honor that and respond to that from a place of choice instead of a place of force. And then you can see how you feel to know how to honor yourself from there. That's what this is all about. Because when you find your own rhythm, everything changes. It's so powerful when your rhythm becomes yours, because you don't force timelines that were never yours, or building around urgency that doesn't belong to you, or overextending to earn approval. And so when you're in your rhythm, your life and your business change. Your offers feel cleaner. The way you operate, your relationships, the way you communicate, your messaging is clear. Your energy becomes magnetic because it's real instead of performed. And we're going to be talking about that in upcoming episodes in this series, because alignment always creates cleaner results than performance ever could. And this is the first episode of our 4-part series for this month. Okay. Every month we have a different series that we are going on. Every episode builds upon the other one. You can listen to them out of order. That's totally fine. But I'm just letting you know, I've built this as a container for the phase, a container for the season, a container for each phase, and a container for each month, so that you can come in, you can listen, you can be in a rhythm, and it be really, really, really powerful for you. So your energy becomes magnetic because it's real over performing and over efforting. And that alignment will always create cleaner results than performance ever could for you. And that's what the fuck this is all about. That's why we're doing this. And I want you to remember that when you release people pleasing, it's a soul return. And I want to mention this because this is another important point to mention. Just because you release people pleasing doesn't mean there won't be moments where you choose yourself and that guilt doesn't hit you. It's what you do with that. That's a part of you that's saying, hey, my love, we used to make decisions to make this feeling go away. And now we're making this decision for ourselves and it's making me uncomfortable. Honor it. Like, you want to know what my uncomfortability is? When my love relationships and my household and my personal rhythm, when everything feels happy and peaceful, that is extremely uncomfortable for me. I notice myself wanting to come up with a reason to start a fight or look at a problem or create a problem. Well, that's me growing, because I used to just create the fucking problem, right? Now it's like, why do I feel this way? What's going on? It's stopping. It's pausing to ask a quality question. What's my soul saying right now? And then going, okay, I feel uneasy because everything feels peaceful. And when everything feels peaceful, I feel disconnected. But I've learned that when I feel disconnected from my partner, or when I feel like I feel unsettled because we're getting along and everything feels good and loving, that's a disconnection from myself. That's actually a call from my soul to get back in rhythm. And I might not be that far off. Really, it might be just taking, a half an hour, putting on my oils and listening to the playlist that I was talking to you about, right? I talked to you about that in episode 1, right? Getting back into my body, or coming into my body in that moment. I'm really doing my best letting go of control phrasing, absolute phrasing, and back to past phrasing. So I'm really working on that. So if you notice that I'm constantly recorrecting myself, it's because this is really important for me to use powerful verbiage that is in rhythm, flow, and calibration with what I'm aligning to day in and day out. And so I know that that's a call to come into my body in that moment, right? But that's part of knowing this rhythm, flow, and calibration, and then understanding yourself. That's the work that we're doing. This is your soul's return. It's deeper than boundaries and identity reclamation, okay? People pleasing is what happens when your life is organized around external permission. Write that the fuck down. People pleasing is what happens when your life is organized around external permission, but also external validation, external obligation, external over-efforting. And your rhythm returns when your life begins organizing around your internal truth. What feels good, what feels peaceful, what feels like you, what's honoring you. And that shift That's where your sovereignty, your autonomy, where your own beat, rhythm, flow, and calibration comes in. And if any part of this has landed with you, has landed inside of you, and you have felt it to your core, then that's your call to be in the Queendom. That's what it's built for. Inside of this community is where we do this work together. It's the soul work, the wealth work, the embodiment. It's all of it, okay? The link is in the show notes. There's different membership options for you, and we're here to welcome you home. So I want you to declare this. My rhythm is sacred, and I build my life from what is true for me. My rhythm is sacred, and I build my life from what is true for me. My rhythm is sacred, and I build my life from what is true for me. Remember this. You are worth it. You are always worth it. And the world needs who you were made to be. So show up every single fucking day as the badass you are and slay. I'm Power Coach Alishia, and we'll see you next time. Oh my gosh, Queen, thank you so much for being here, because we're all in this together through this journey called life. And if something landed for you today, if something moved inside of you in this episode and you felt that fire light the fuck up in you, then your next step is to step forward for yourself into the Queendom, because this is where we do this work together live every single month. The soul work, the healing, the wealth blueprint, all tied to your birth chart and your soul's design. So just click the link in the show notes to start your free 7-day trial and know that this castle was built for you. We will see you inside.